Hi guys, this is going to be a reading for Aquarius 3-card spread, May 2023. Um, I keep getting distinct readings that I feel like are just for maybe one or just a couple of people. I don't know why, but the readings are coming through just very strong and very direct, and uh, I'm not getting like a big variety, for the general public. So just take it as it resonates and we'll just go forward. Look at the cards yourself as well, because you might be able to pull out some information that I'm not saying, right? And I read completely intuitive. I do not go by the book at all. I try not to learn the card meanings, actually, because it just messes me up. I'm just way better on using my intuition alone with looking at the pictures on the cards. I look at all the details, and whatever jumps out at me, I write down. So this is all for Aquarius. I got a page and a half. But we'll go through it as quickly as possible. Anyway, so I got for the past card, the Hanged Man. And what I wrote was, because I lay out the cards prior, I shuffle, lay out the cards, and then I get the messages in. It's easier for me to do it that way. I get most of the messages in, then I do the card reading, and then sometimes I'll pick up more information, and then I will convey that. So that's how I do it. So I got the Hanged Man. You can look at all the details. But I got this feeling, this kind of self-imposed, but also your hands are tied. So it's kind of an equal decision that you're not speaking to someone, is the feeling I got. But you're definitely thinking about them a lot. You're thinking about them a lot. There's a lot of emotion. There might have been some anger. And you had growth before. The relationship was growing before, but now not so much, is the feeling I got. It feels to me like a conflict happened, maybe an argument or something like that. And I feel like you're not speaking to each other now. So that's what I get from that card. Just like you're not speaking and they're not speaking. And it was just a definite feeling. I don't really get anything else out of it, except that maybe you're just waiting. Maybe you're waiting for them to speak first. But right now you're waiting, and it looks like you've been there a while. So I don't, you're kind of, it just doesn't feel like it might have just happened. I mean, it could have, but I think you've been hanging there for a little while, not communicating with this person in your life that you care about. Obviously you care about them, or there wouldn't be emotion there. So it's somebody that was close to you or is close to your heart. The present card, I got the Chariot, which is a major arcana. And what I wrote was, you are ready for communication. You're ready to go forward. I mean, look at you. You're dressed. You're ready. And you're looking good. The Chariot looks good. You look healthy, well-fed, everything. Everything is good. But you are up at night. Maybe you work at night. There's a moon there and a moon there. Or you're just staying awake at night. Maybe that's your normal routine. I'm not sure. But if you see this, there's no movement. These guys are just laying down. You're ready, but the Chariot is not moving forward at all and hasn't been for a while. Okay, you keep looking. I feel like the emotion and the tears are behind you. I think you were very emotional at one point about this person, but now you're on the grassy part, no water, no emotion. You're ready to communicate, but you're not going forward for whatever reason. You're not reaching it out to the person, but you're waiting. You're willing to meet them halfway because, you know, like this is your home and your community, and you have a nice home and a nice community going, nice life going, but you're desiring another person that's not in your life right now, and you're willing to meet them halfway, but now you're waiting there to see if they're going to reach out and meet you halfway. I feel, you know, just that you're well established and you have plenty of money and, you know, creature comforts and that sort of thing. Oh, sorry, my elbow's hurting. But yeah, I just feel like you're up at night. Maybe you work at night. I'm not sure. For some of you, I feel like you're very strong-willed, because look at this guy. Look at his face. He's very strong-willed, very confident, very secure in himself. And I feel like everything is like in black and white for you. It's either black or white, not too much gray area. So there's right or wrong. And I think you feel like you're in the right and possibly they're in the wrong, but you're still willing to meet halfway. But you're very strong-willed, very strong-willed. You know, just a no-nonsense attitude. But you're wanting more than what you have back here with your home and your community and your life. You're wanting another person in your life that you've had possibly the argument with, that you're, you know, that you're thinking about. Well, this one is the one that's thinking, really thinking about it. Oh, this little cog in the wheel. It's a little cog in the wheel, right? What does that make you think of? It's like there might be a little problem. So I think the little problem is that this other person is not reaching out, or this other person is not willing to meet you halfway. But it's out of your control. It's just completely out of your control. And you're holding this wand in your hand, which I feel like this is your hope. You're hoping that the situation will change. But you don't have any reins in your hands to, you know, like, hey, giddy up, let's go. So these guys are just sitting there because you don't have full control over the situation. So that's what let me look again. You might be looking for signs and symbols, because there's some little symbols on his outfit there. So you might be waiting for a sign, a symbol, a phone call, a text, something like that. But so far, nothing. You're just waiting. But you're ready. You're ready for if and when that person does come back in your way. But this is kind of sad. This is your future. So you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And I feel like it's been a really long time that you've been waiting. And you're up all night thinking about the fight that you had before. See those people fighting? You're just thinking about that fight, and you're just going over it and over it and over it and over it in your mind. But this quilt, you're wanting it to be happy again. You're wanting it to be good again. And I feel like your intentions are good, but it's just not happening. So you're up all night thinking about it and possibly crying about it. And this is the future card. I just see sadness and depression. Maybe you reached out and they didn't text back. I don't know. But I feel definitely that you're wanting harmony and peace. You're wanting it to be over. You're wanting to get back to where it was before. But it just hasn't happened yet, and it's been a while. So I'm not really sure if it's going to happen or not. The future can change. None of this is set in stone. You can change the situation. You could reach out again. There's things that you could do if you're really wanting this person back in your life. So the bottom of the deck, I got the Page of Swords. And I just feel like things are unclear with the clouds. Things are still unclear. You're trying to kind of cut away what's unclear. You know, you're trying to see it more clearly and be more practical about it. You're wanting to let this go. You're wanting to let this fight that you had down here, you're wanting to let it go, but it's out of your control because it takes two to tango, right? You're just wanting to forget the bullshit. You're just wanting to cut it out. And the 10 birds up here might mean something to you. The number 10, it's also like endings and beginnings, right? So a new beginning. So you might be just wishing and hoping for a new beginning. It also could be loved ones, angels, you know, watching over you and seeing how it goes. But anyway, all this could change in a blink of an eye. But it does feel a bit heavy. But you're doing fine in your life. You're doing fine with your community back here and your house. You got everything that you need and more. But you're just desiring to make amends with this other person, and it hasn't happened yet. And that's really all I got. So I don't know if that's just specific to a few people. I don't have very many people on my channel yet so far. So I feel like these readings are going to attract the people that need it. But I don't have a lot of people on my channel or subs yet. So it might just be for a few people. And you can take it how it resonates. And if it doesn't resonate at all, you could look at your other placements. I'm uploading all the videos by, well, hopefully in a few hours because I got to go to work. But, okay, guys. I wish the best for you, and I'll say a prayer for your situation, and I just hope it all works out like you want it to and like you think it's going to work out. You know, things don't always work out like we think it's going to. But hopefully it will. And I would just say, hang in there. That would be my advice. Just hang in there. And try not to go over it and over it and over, especially the fight. Try to think more of the good things that have happened or the good times that you have before, because that's what you'll attract. If you just keep thinking of this fight over and over and over, you're going to remain in this hangman position. Because, you know, we put out vibes, and other people can feel our vibes. It doesn't matter if you're halfway across the world. We're all connected, and we can all feel it on an energetic level. So if you're concentrating on this fight that you had in the past alone, that's going to keep that person not wanting to come forward, not wanting to meet you halfway. So probably the biggest thing I could suggest is try to think of the good times that you had. Think of the reasons you love that person. Think of the reasons why you want that person back in your life. What was special about that person? You could do the Ho'oponopono prayer. That really worked for me. There was a couple of months I said this 100 times a day. I was that desperate to rectify the situation and make it better. And then the biggest thing is forgiveness. We all disagree. We all have a different opinion. And that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be, right? So don't be so black and white. Try to be a little more gray area. Like, just try to forgive them and accept, just agree to disagree. Just agree to disagree. And that's all you can do. It's just like if you're talking about politics, one person's going to be a Democrat and the other one's going to be a Republican. Just agree to disagree, because you're never going to be 100% on the same page, right? Because you have different opinions. But that's okay. It's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to have just differences all the way around, and accept each other for where you are at this moment. Because, life always changes. We change our mind all the time. So, maybe this person will come around more to your thinking, but just don't be so black and white about it. Compromise a little more. I mean, if you're going to get this person back, you have to compromise. And you're just going to have to agree to disagree. Let that problem, that fight you had, let that fight go. Just let it go down the river. I think of thoughts like that or anything negative, I'll imagine a river in front of me, and I'll throw that negativity out there and let the river wash it away. And it really helps. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great May. I hope you get more sleep, and I hope you quit having this go round and around in your head. So try to concentrate on the good times you had, and maybe that person will come back and meet you halfway. Okay, I hope you have a great May. I really do. And I will say a prayer for the situation. And I just hope the best for you in this situation, and the highest good for each of you. And I really hope I see you next month on the next reading. And a thumbs up would be great. And if you would comment, that would be awesome. I read all the comments. If you have any urgent if you ever have an urgent, you want some guidance or something, I will put yours first next month. So whoever comments, I will put their sign next month. I go completely out of order. So if you need help with this or further guidance, let me know. All right? Okay, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.